to filename.py. So in the previous session, we have already discussed variables, operators, data types and all. So in this session, we'll be discussing data structures like list, tuple, dictionary, and sets and all. So in the last session, we have discussed an example like we are storing a mark of student in a student variable like student equal to 100. Okay, so what if we have a multiple number of students, like as a teacher I have to store marks of 100 students. In that case, as of our knowledge right now, we'll be sequentially creating some variables like student 1 as well of their roll number 99, student 2 equal to 78, that's all. So this is not possible, right? We can't handle hundreds of variables at a time. It's complex, right? So in this scenario, we are introducing another a collection of variables. We can say in a way that a collection of variables, that is what list. So let's see how it works and how it looks like. So I want to store my students marks in one of the list. So it will be like student mark is equal to a list will be like this, square bracket, and will be just list outing marks of students like 91. We can say in a way that we can store like this is roll number 1, roll number 2, like that, 98, 76, 66 and 78. Okay, so this is my marks of students. This is my list, students mark list. Okay, so I'm going to print this. Okay, so this is how it will look like, and I'm going to print the type of my data structure. Okay, this is the type of my data structure is list. So this is how it will be. So we can say in a way that how will I take out these values from list? Okay, separately. So let's say I have to take the mark of student with roll number 1. So we arranged in a way that the first position at this mark belongs to roll number 1 student. So I'm going to print that, print student. Okay. Oh, so what is 99? So we have something like in list will be starting the index from 0 to n, like n is the size of the n, sorry, 0 to n minus 1. So suppose our size of list is 5, like here the size of list is 5. So my index will be like starting from 0 to n minus 1, which is 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let me take out the value of index position with 0. So I got this value as 99. So what if I wanted to add a new value into the our existing list? So I'll be doing student dot append. I'm just appending another value, 100. Okay. Okay, 100 is there. And what if I wanted to remove a value like okay, so for that we have another built-in function, dot remove. So I wanted to remove the value from first position like 98. So I'm just putting remove 1. So I got an error. Okay, it's not based on index, so I'm just changing it. 98, so it worked. Okay, 99, 76, 66, 78, 100. Another function also, student marks dot pop. Okay, which means 100 is popped out of this list. So basically 100 is deleted from this list. So see, Pop means the last element of that list. So moving to another data structure, which is nothing but tuple. So let's see what is the difference between list and tuple. So that's how we can differentiate and learn what is tuple. So same thing we can do in tuple also, like marks equal to, instead of square brackets we are using open parentheses. Okay, I'm just giving some random numbers. Okay, tuple. So when it comes to tuple, let's see what all the changes are we have. Okay, so I'm gonna write the same things in tuple. Using tuple, I'm gonna store these values in tuple also. Okay, let me take a tuple. Marks, let me marks equal to. So instead of square bracket, we'll be using open parenthesis. Okay, we are using the exact same marks 100. Okay, so we're just trying to insert a new element to our tuple. Okay, I'm adding 100 again. So I got an error. Object has no attribute append, which means in tuple, once a tuple is created and initialized, we can't, we can't change it as so the basic difference is list is ordered and tuple also is ordered, in which we can take out the elements by index, but tuple is immutable, which means it's not changeable. We can alter the tuple. So if you want to change or create if you want to modify a tuple, we only have one option. We'll just have to copy that tuple into another tuple and do whatever we want. That one only is possible. So let's see another example. Is you can see here student marks. So I'm gonna change. So by mistake I made a mistake for the roll number 1. So I'm gonna change the value for roll number 1. It's already 90 is there, but I mistakenly did it wrong, like it was actually 95. So I'm gonna override those values. So now it's 95, but in case of tuple I can't do that. I can never do that because tuple is immutable. We already know that. Okay, so I'm gonna change the value of, so it does not support item assignment. Okay, this is the problem with tuple. So if you want some elements to be unchangeable, you can use tuple, and if you want list, you can use, depending upon the scenario, you can use both these things. So moving on to another data structure, we have dictionary. So dictionary is like key value pairs. It's not like tuple. It's entirely different from list and tuple. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna store some student details in dictionary. Okay, std student equal to, so key value pair. There's no it's not like ordered pairs. It's just key value pairs. For every values there will be a key. So for our name I can say Ram. Okay, marks equal to 100, and what all things. Okay, subjects, let's just put subjects. Max CS. Okay, I think we all good. Okay, now std. Okay, I got the dictionary. So type of the dictionary will be which is dictionary itself. So this is how dictionary works. We can just simply add a new element to this dictionary, or we can just simply change the name, like we can say that std. If I'm gonna change the value of name into ramk, I'm just assigning initial for ramk, just simply doing this. Okay, so it got changed. And now I'll be adding one more key value into this dictionary std, like what we had okay, percentage something. 98%. Okay, so it is added. So this is as simple as it is. So for all these dictionaries list tuples, we have so many operators are there, so many functions are there. All those you can explore yourself. So I'm just moving to another set. Okay, so set, you all know that, which are the unique set of collection of numbers or datas, right? So I'm gonna define a new set, which is like set exam example equal to two, three, four, some random numbers. Again, I just tried, just repeated, but let's take an exam. See here, 5 is I have added twice, but in when I initialized set and when I defined it, after that set just remove that duplicate elements. So this is why we are using set. So this is how it works. And if you want to add some new values to this set, we can just simply add set example dot add new values 6, and if we are duplicating again, like okay, 6 itself we will do. We have added 6 twice, sorry. Okay, I can see 6 is there only once. So this is how it works. So we have set, list, tuples, dictionaries. Oh, I think you got the concept of what all these things are exactly. So you can just explore the operators and further operations and functions by yourself. I'll be giving all these things in my document. So, and yeah, yesterday we have come across these things. So you can use is not operators, in not in operators with these kind of data structures. So you can refer my document as well. I'll be adding more operators in this document. Okay, so bye, thank you.